Okay, so it looks like I've offended all the feminists in the world because I dared to criticise this woman called Kellie Gerardi. She's a liberal arts student, pretends to be an astronaut, as I've shown in my video. So let's have a look at the backlash. So here we go. Meet Kellie Gerardi, liberal arts degree holder and pretend astronaut. Look at this, 33 dislikes, 9 likes. Wonder who the dislikes were from. Let's have a look. So, there we go. Alexandra Knight. This doesn't feel like the positive environment you claim to create. Your profile claims to create an enjoyable and safe place to visit and have a positive experience. Yes, basically I'm defending the real astronauts. And this is my take on a positive experience. Trolls and haters detract from this goal, and it looks like Alexandra's a troll. Isn't this video trolling and hating on a stranger? Oh no, it's actually criticism, and it's fair criticism. Now, what do I reply on that one? She is trolling the real astronauts who actually gave their lives to further the space industry. They are the real astronauts. So it just keeps going on. Why are you so upset about a young woman accomplishing more than you? Diving into that might be a better use of your time, of all the time you spent on this. No, not at all. So I wrote back, maybe I don't brag about my accomplishments and plaster them all over social media. So Rachel Richards, have you read Kellie's book? No, I think it's a children's book, isn't it? She's worked rather tirelessly in the space industry and is a huge role model to young girls. Don't judge people from just social media. No, actually, she started off. I think she did some sort of film degree. And I just wrote back, the whole thing is cringe, seriously. There we go. What's this one? As an able-bodied white male with a PhD in microbiology and who meets the requirements for spaceflight, I say it's badass for Kellie to be pursuing her dreams. Yes, if she goes through the proper program, yeah. I have my own criticisms of Kellie for sure. I don't like the Jake Paulification of science any more than you do. Sure, she may not reach the classical credentials one associates with NASA spaceflight, and she may post some cringy things, but there's one thing. It's all part of the social media game. Nah. Don't turn spaceflight into the social media game. It's just stupid. It's just disrespectful. All the people, as I said, that's died to getting the space program up and running. There we go. So you've wasted your time because the FAA announced that she'll not be an astronaut after all. So we'll go to that in a minute. This link. Okay, this one. Sometimes I'll leave the trolls up. The lady in the middle looks like her eyebrows are stickers from a gumball machine. If you're funny, I tend to leave trolling comments up. Even if you're trolling me and it's funny, sometimes I'll leave them up. If you're trolling me and you're aggressive and you're a real idiot, then I'll basically block you. Okay, so that were the comments. So if you haven't seen my video, I'll leave a link over on the right hand side up the top there, and you can have a look and you can see that basically the FAA finally is agreeing with me, because this just came out one day ago. Jeff Bezos and Sir Richard Branson not yet astronauts, US says. So basically all the things I've put in my video, either someone from the FAA is listening to me and thought, okay, oh geez man, I didn't think of this. Walrus Rider's right. They've changed the rules now. Look, in a move that pours cold water on the dreams of a few billionaire space explorers, and Kellie as well, the US has tightened its definition of the word astronaut. Yes! Or as Nancy Pelosi would do it. Yes, yes, yes. This means Jeff Bezos, here we go, new Federal Aviation Administration, FAA rules say astronaut hopefuls must be part of the flight crew and make contributions to space flight safety. That means that Jeff Bezos and Sir Richard Branson may not yet be astronauts in the eyes of the US government. These are the first changes since the FAA Wings program began in 2004. Well, first of all, I'd like to say that Richard Branson didn't really get into space. They actually changed. There's a thing called a Kármán line. You can look up that, and it's basically 100 k's altitude, and they only got to like 83, I think it was. So technically, they basically changed the rules from like NASA flight to commercial space flight, and technically he just got in. It was 80 miles. Actually, it says here. So here we go. Here's the first change. It says that the commercial astronaut wings program updates were announced on Tuesday, the same day that Amazon's Mr. Bezos flew aboard a Blue Origin rocket to the edge of space. Yeah. Here we go. To qualify as commercial astronauts, space-goers must travel 50 miles, that's what I was just saying, 80 kilometers above the Earth's surface, which both Mr. Bezos and Mr. Branson accomplished. But altitude aside, this is what I was getting at. Altitude aside, the agency says, would-be astronauts must also demonstrated activities during flight that were essential to public safety or they contributed to space flight safety. Yes, I was saying, because I was basically saying anyone can just strap themselves in. You've got a pilot. It's a glorified first class aircraft, really. It just flies a bit higher. Big deal. So you fly at 40,000 feet in a commercial plane, and this is like 200,000 feet. Who cares? It's just, it's a joyride. It's a glorified blooming show ride. And they're calling themselves astronauts. That's what I was mocking Kellie about. Don't call yourself an astronaut. I would be ashamed to actually consider myself an astronaut. I was joking with my mate. I was saying it'd be like me saying I'm a Navy SEAL because I like to swim in the sea and I've been on a Navy ship that's been docked in our harbour. It's just ridiculous. There needs to be standards. There we go. So what exactly counts as such is determined by FAA officials. Thank you, FAA. In a statement, the FAA said these changes brought the wings scheme more in line with its role to protect public safety during commercial space flights. There we go. So then it talks about Richard Branson going on now. There you go. On July 11th, Richard Branson flew on board the Virgin Galactic Spaceship 2 to the edge of space as a test before allowing customers aboard last year. Technically, I think Richard is pioneering, and you could argue that he's contributing to space safety because he might be picking up things as on the first test flight now. Mr. Bezos and the other 3 crew members who flew on Blue Origin spacecraft may have less to claim to the coveted title. Coveted, yes, thank you. It is a coveted title. If you look at Neil Armstrong, he was like a test pilot, everything. Went through the ranks. They just do years and years of training at NASA. Head of the launch, Blue Origin CEO Bob Smith said there's really nothing for a crew member to do on the autonomous vehicle. Yeah, they were just sitting there. Those wishing for commercial wings need to be nominated for them as well. Thank you. Get the real astronauts to nominate them. People like Chris Hadfield and Buzz Aldrin, who's still alive. Rest in peace, Neil Armstrong. An FAA spokesman told CNN they are not currently reviewing any submissions. Hey, Kellie, who's going to nominate you? All your little sisters in the comment section. There are 2 other ways for astronauts to earn their wings in the US through the military or NASA. These should be capital letters, NASA. It's an acronym. That's okay, CNN are not up to speed. The wings spotted on Mr. Bezos and Sir Richard following their flights were custom-made pins by their own companies. Well, that's interesting, because I thought they were actually FAA administered. That's one thing I didn't know. Thank you very much, CNN. However, a glimmer of hope remains for Sir Richard, Mr. Bezos, and any future stargazers hoping to be recognised as astronauts. The new order notes that honorary awards can be given based on merit at the discretion of FAA's Associate Administrator. Well, just don't give them away like candy, that's for sure. You can make it a little bit more, it's a bit like how some people, when they contribute greatly, they get honorary degrees from universities and that sort of thing. Honorary doctorates. Astronaut wings were first awarded to astronauts Alan Shepard Jr. and Virgil Grissom in the early 1960s for their participation in the Mercury 7 program. Thank you very much, FAA. I have been vindicated. And I will, anyone that's in the comments section that were commenting, just watch this video. I'll post a link there of my new video, and I will accept your apologies because you are wrong. Who's the loser now? Thank you. All right, so yeah, if you're gonna comment on my channel, I might publicly shame you because I get sick of it. You know, if you got a good point, I'll listen to it. If you're just calling me all sorts of names and everything, I'll shame you because that's bullying. That's bullying, and it's not welcome on my channel. It's trolling. Everything I said on that video was absolutely correct, and now I've been vindicated by the FAA. If you've got any complaints, go to the FAA. Tell them to award them to anyone that pretends to be an astronaut. Now we've got pretend genders. Now we've got pretend astronauts. All right, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Don't get too triggered. And I'll see you next time. Cheers.